Today we're taking a look at the most uncomfortable photos that can be found on the internet. Starting off with this guy's laptop screen. Now, I don't know about you guys, but no. This is just a solid no. I will not, I cannot. My brain cannot understand this at all. Now, looking at this, I sort of, my feelings get hurt because can you imagine trying to do any work on this laptop? First of all, not only is it a disaster and a complete mess, but also, how do you even find anything? This laptop must be so slow to get anything done. Literally anything. But it doesn't stop there, because if you ever bought a new pan and thought, man, I really need a non-stick frying pan, and then you realize someone put a piece of paper on the pan, making it incredibly awkward to cook anything on? Yeah, this label is stuck on a non-stick pan. How does that make any sense? Speaking of things that don't stick, grass and aloe plants don't stick to one another. They go through each other. How is this even possible? This piece of grass grew through this aloe plant. If you guys don't know what an aloe plant is, it's that long thing, the bottom, that wide thing at the bottom, this part. And this grass or tree or branch or whatever grew right through, like, pow! Move out of the way! And that's exactly what happened here. That's so weird. Why would that even happen? Even like this picture right here. This must be so uncomfortable. Imagine trying to get on an elevator that has other people on it and you have to stand in this triangle. This elevator is not social distancing. You cannot get on this elevator in today's day and age. There's no way. You'll be all up in someone's mouth being this close to somebody. This is definitely... Okay, wait. This thing says 3 max people. 3. Where do they even stand? What are you, sticks? Okay, this would not work in America because, as you guys know, most Americans are a little bit overweight. All right, I used to be there. We have a very big obesity problem. There's no way this would ever. And 240 kilograms is the max weight. How much is that in pounds? That's 551 pounds, which honestly, that could fit like more than 3 people. That weight, that's a lot of weight. But speaking of things that are uncomfortable, imagine having to go through this door in London. Yeah, I don't even understand. Why would you? This is a troll, right? This door is just broken. Is this a broken door? Is this the design of the door? I don't even, it sort of puts my brain in an roller. I don't understand. This 268 guy is really trying to mess people's brains. It looks cool though, but I'm confused on why that's even a thing. I mean, let's be real. Why would you ever want to put a door in like this? It sort of looks like something out of Harry Potter though, so I approve. Oh my God, this makes me so uncomfortable. If you have OCD, strap in, because this person's been living in this house for 5 years and today they noticed this massive error. As you guys can see, this looks like just regular steps. But if you zoom in and take a look exactly what's going on, the pillar does not match the corner of the steps. This is not okay. This is not okay. They need to move out. They need to burn the whole house down. Get rid of the whole house. Start over. Restart the house. Just put it all down. We gotta redo it. That just is crazy. We gotta redo it. Speaking of redoing it, imagine going to a dentist and this is your dentist. You're getting, they're working on your mouth and they just have this mass. That looks so weird. That looks scary. I'm not even sure if I would laugh or be terrified of someone working on my mouth that has that on. That would be absolutely terrifying. It's like, oh my God, is someone out of the Looney Tunes currently working on my mouth? This is terrifying because let me tell you, it would not work for me. I'd be like, what the heck? Is this guy crazy? But it might work for a little kid though. Little kids might like this, but this would make me feel very uncomfortable, gotta say. Speaking of uncomfortable, I hate people that can't drive. Not only drive, but parking. Imagine parking like this. As you guys can see from the picture, this is a parking lot. Now, the lines, you're supposed to park within the lines. You guys see that, right? Like a car is supposed to go inside the lines. But for whatever reason, these people do not know how to park. They literally do not know how to park at all. And it's terrifying. It hurts my brain to even imagine someone parking their car like this because it's terrible. It's literally terrible. But that's okay, I guess, because in Romania, you can park however you want. Just park it however you want. That's just weird. That is weird. Okay, speaking of weird and cars, this makes me incredibly uncomfortable. Imagine going to a McDonald's and you buy a soda. And not only do you have a cup holder you can put stuff in, but your cup holder is literally your air conditioning unit. This person took the little sockets out of their air conditioning unit, like of their air conditioner, of their AC of their car, and put a Coke in there. I'd be terrified of the Coke spilling out everywhere. That's one risk you run. 2, You also are just using an air conditioner as a cup holder. Does anyone else see that as a problem, or is it just me? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. That just sounds very silly. Speaking of silly, I hated people in school that would do this because sometimes they would do it on purpose. This is very easily fixed. All you gotta do is sharpen the other side with the manual sharpener. You're just gonna sharpen the other side, dude. Dude, why would you? When this happens, is because you're not using an automatic pencil sharpener, or you just get a knife. Like me and my Hispanic ways, to start shaving the other side. If you shave the other side, it fixes it. It solves your problem. Oh my, it's a mess. It's a mess. Speaking of messes, how do you even clean up a mess with a sink like this? I don't even understand. This sink doesn't even dispense into water. Like the water falls out of the sink. What does that even, how does that even, when somebody built this, they saw that this would be a problem. Like they looked at this and were like, this should be fine. How is this okay? Tell me. I must be crazy because I would be so confused if I saw this in a bathroom. And oh my God, if I saw this at my Thanksgiving dinner, if someone does this at my family reunion or some kind of event where I see someone taking a piece of pie, and I would go ballistic because my goodness, you're wasting not only delicious crust, by the way, which is sometimes the best part of pie, right? But you're also taking pie that doesn't belong to you. That is not okay. This makes me uncomfortable. Do not do this. This pumpkin pie, you're an animal. You are an animal. If you do this, you are an animal. You could have just not ate the crust, but instead you ruined it for everybody else. Okay, Stockholm, we have some talking to do. When you first look at this, you're like, man, that's a weird rug. And then you realize it's not even a rug. That's literally tile. That is tile that was placed like this. Someone went out of their way and tiled this that way, that design. That's not a rug that you just flap on back over. That is a design. That makes no sense. You can't tell me that makes any sense at all. Speaking of any sense, imagine reading a book of 50 Shades of Grey. If you guys don't know what book this is, it's a very crazy book. All about some crazy stuff. And boy and girlfriend and boy doing some weird... It's crazy. It's... listen, if you date a girl and she has this book, be careful. And if the book looks like this, be even more careful. She might be crazy. Just saying, if a girl has a bookmark book of 50 Shades of Grey, run for the hills. That is, or guy, either one, either way, it'd be nuts. Don't even mess with this person. That is scary. Imagine if this is your grandma's book. Oh my God, grandma be a freak. Speaking of freaks, sometimes people decide to just cut their bread in a different way than you and I may be used to. And this is a crime. This is a crime. This is someone that's trying to get away with saying, hey, how's the diet going? And you saying, oh, dude, I only eat one slice of bread now. Bro, you're eating the whole loaf, bro. Don't be lying to people, all right? You be slicing the bread in a very weird way. No one should be eating bread in this. This is illegal. Officially today, that's illegal. You cannot slice bread this way. I am calling the police. Not only am I calling the police on the bread maker here and the slicer, I'm also calling the police on this guy right here. The guy that decided to put a toilet stall inside of an elevator. You heard that correctly. This is a elevator with a toilet stall. How does that even, why? Someone, listen, my brain is not working right now. I don't know why this is happening, but somehow it is. Don't be that. Like, what do you do? Oops, wrong stall, wrong floor. Like, oh, sorry, I thought this was the first floor. Sorry, it's only the bathroom. You can't even there's no privacy. Earlier, we showcased some tiles that the Romanians put down, and look at this. This. You had one job. You literally had one job to do, and somehow you put a tile. How do you not notice this? Like, when you're placing the tiles down, you're like, oh man, I put this one wrong. Let me fix it. No, like, this had to have been placed down just to mess people's head. Like, you knew you were putting this down the wrong way, and that is just weird because, man, I don't even understand. Speaking of out of place, this stovetop is literally out of place. The heat rings aren't even in the circle. How does that happen? I don't understand. It's wrong in so many levels, and I just wish it wasn't because this is bothering me on another level. I can't imagine cooking on the stovetop. It would break me. Literally break me. Speaking of things that would break me, imagine going into a hallway and seeing pictures like these. How do you hang pictures so bad? Like, I hope this person was not paid to hang these pictures, because oh my, help me God, I would be so upset. I'd be so bothered if this was a thing. I wouldn't even know how my... Imagine going over a friend's house to play basketball and this is their hoop. If you guys don't realize what's going on here, the backboard is literally a window. Someone's probably kitchen. That seems like a terrible idea. Imagine like, off the glass, smashes the freaking window. That's a trap. That is like, someone set this up so that you can pay for their window. That is scary. All right, do not play basketball here. It's not a good idea. All right, I'm just saying. Speaking of windows, this neighbor has to be the worst, because not a single window is the same. That makes me uncomfortable. Literally, you have multiple windows that are all different sizes and different shapes with different little segments. What the heck is going on here? Why do you need this many windows that are different? Why can't you just have a nice house, similar windows all across? Who even builds houses like this? Why is this even built this way? I don't even know. Who's making these houses? Speaking of things that go in houses, this is a toilet bowl. Tell me if you can notice what is wrong with this. How does this even happen? How is a toilet seat smaller than the toilet bowl? That means you went to the store and bought a tiny toilet seat. Your butt would fall in. This doesn't work. This does not work. This would never work. What? Why? What is it? A toilet seat for babies? A toilet seat for ants? My butt is big. Hello? Speaking of miniature and things that do not fit, I don't know what's going on in this picture. I'm not sure if this is made tiny on purpose or this is just like, I think this is this isn't even a real table. I don't even think this is a real like setting at all. I think this is a miniature house, because everything in this picture is super small and miniature, just like that toilet seat was that we just saw. But this is like actually miniature, like actually tiny for ants, because my gosh, that does not look like it's real life at all. It looks like it's made for little tiny hands that don't exist, because my God, that's so weird.